Hi guys, my name is Nick Mask, and this is Waffles the Cat. And I have the best job in the whole wide world. I get to write and illustrate books about Waffles the Cat. And I'm going to share her second book with you, and it's called Waffles in Space. Waffles the cat was a very happy kitty. She had just finished breakfast and her belly was full of yummy waffles with extra syrup. Does anybody like extra syrup on their waffles? The warm sun felt so good that she soon fell asleep. But when she woke up, she wasn't floating in her pool anymore. She was floating in space. You see her breakfast floating out there? She heard a noise behind her and turned to see something snatching her syrup. Hey, come back here with my syrup, shouted Waffles. But it didn't hear her and it flew away. Oh no, who do you think took her syrup? Waffles was sad and looked down at her feet. Instead of her tail, she saw a hose attached to her space suit. She followed the hose to find the other end. It led her right to a spaceship. Waffles climbed in behind the controls and looked at all the buttons, dials, and switches. Which button do you think starts the spaceship? She thought, if I could only find the right button to push, I could start this thing and catch that syrup-stealing spaceship. I bet this big green button will do it. As soon as she pushed it, the engine roared and she blasted off after the other ship. She chased it past all the planets. Do y'all know your planets? What's the first one closest to the sun? Mercury, then Venus, Earth. Is that where we are? After Earth, it's a little red one called Mars. Jupiter. What's after Jupiter? Anybody know? That's right, it's Saturn, then Uranus, and then Neptune. But it kept going and so did Waffles. Do you see Waffles chasing the spaceship? Soon they came to a planet she had never seen before. It was orange and yellow and reminded her of something yummy. What do you think it is? They both landed on the strange planet between tall stacks of waffles piled high as trees. Waffles jumped out of her ship and said, "Hey, give me back my..." But before she could finish, she stopped and stared up at the tall alien that stepped out of his ship. Do you think Waffles is a little scared? I know I would be. The alien looked down at her and asked, "Who are you?" Waffles politely replied, "Pardon me, sir, but I'm the owner of that syrup. Please give it back." Then the tall alien stepped closer, and Waffles could now see that it was actually 3 little robots, each one standing on the other's shoulders. That's not so scary. The robots hopped down and looked up at her. Altogether, they said, "We're sorry. We didn't know it was your syrup. We ran out and had to search the whole galaxy to find some." "Well, in that case, you can have it," said Waffles. "No, we'll share," said the robots. Then they all sat on waffle chairs. around a giant waffle table, and they began to eat it. Because it was made out of what? Waffles? Everyone was so full that they all took naps on the soft waffle ground because they had also eaten all the chairs. Because they were made out of waffles too, weren't they? When she woke up, Waffles was no longer in space. She was back home. That was the best dream ever, she said. And Waffles was a happy kitty again. The end. Do you see Waffle Planet way out there? Thanks for listening, guys. If you want to check out more Waffles books, you can go to www.wafflesadventures.com. Thanks. Bye.